Dear Dad, have you met David Parker, Park Ranger? Because you guys would get along great. He reminds me of the other captain friend of yours, the one with the really crunchy cereal, because this contest is, oops, all berries. Unfortunately, Shane is in this competition. And to make things even more unfortunate, Luca is his partner. And the most unfortunate thing of all is, Dianne and I didn't do so hot with those berries. Ugh, I got distracted. Parkour. But luckily, since I am an expert swimmer, we redeemed ourselves in the water race. Right, Seely?
Or.
My war paint is fresh, I'm in a Tangrowth Labyrinth, and I'm feeling ready for anything. Let's go, team!
After being absorbed into Jungle Jim's body, you, Pearl, and Dianne find yourselves in your own little corner of this vast forest of vines and thick foliage. You can hear the faint sounds of the other contestants echoing around you, and the voice of David Parker, Park Ranger, rings out once more. Remember, play fair, no funny business with any of the other teams, and no capturing your target Pokemon with Pokeballs. My team's gonna be keeping a close eye on all of you. Oh yeah, one more thing. You gotta find your target Pokemon, but you've also gotta find your way out of the labyrinth. Good luck! Mostly everyone makes it out alive. I'm just kidding, or am I? Dave out!
So much just happened in that.
I am so excited. Let's go, right now.
Oh, here we go! I imagine I have Heelys on just for this one moment that they work. Dianne, doesn't it make you think that funny business is gonna happen when someone has to warn you about funny business? That's my experience.
I agree, but I don't think it's gonna be us.
Come on, twirly lollipop bear.
Speed!
Dianne just tries to look for Shane somewhere.
She's like, I don't trust you.
Yes, same. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
So y'all start looking around.
It's beautiful in here.
It is. It's lush and green, and there's a vine rooftop almost with bits of light shining through. And as you all are getting your bearings, all's quiet for a moment, and then you hear the rustling of leaves and the snapping of twigs and branches in the distance. You just hear the sounds of commotion spreading out in different directions across the ways. You hear the sound of birds scattering and things being knocked over, and pretty sure you heard the sound of fire. There's all kinds of things going on in the area around you, and it all sort of fades away into just various echoings in the forest around you, and it's hard to actually keep track of anything just listening because there's so much, but none of it seems to be very close to you. But there are big nasty boys on the loose.
Dianne, why are my knees shaking? Look at them, they're like Jello.
Hold my hand.
Oh, it's a little sweaty, but it's okay.
I just grab her hand, and I also imagine that Dianne just puts her nose up in the air and just starts tracking the Pokemon that way.
Perfect.
Great, so you want to start trying to track?
Yes.
Just for the sake, I want Seely to be my first.
Okay, yeah,
And-
Seely's your active right now?
Yeah, Seely's my active, and Seely is also wearing her beret.
Cool.
Cool.
She's very persuasive at this moment. Dianne, who's your active right now?
Marsh Stomp.
Awesome. So if you are trying to track down, you're trying to look for Aggron? Great. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
I'm a survivor.
I got a 4.
Plus what?
Plus 6, so 10.
10. Okay.
Half and half.
With a 10.
The knees, they keep shaking. Oh gosh, there's so many things that you have to look up for this
She's gotta
choice.
check this many things.
Oh.
It's bad news, Bilbo Baggins.
You all start making your way through the forest. And I think that with the echoes and everything that's going on, it's kind of hard to just listen to try and get your bearings. It seems as though it's a purposefully disorienting place. But with a 10, you wander around for a little bit. You venture out from your corner more toward the central part that you can gather of this forest. And as you are looking around, you hear a soft voice drifting through the trees and the vines.
Yeah? Yeah? Oh, wow, I felt an icy breeze. Why do I suddenly feel like I might meet a queen or a princess? Or a snowman? Or a reindeer? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Don't do this to me, Jonah.
Genuinely scared.
The two of you start to feel very drowsy as you look over to your left and you see Beetlebee and Beetlebum with a sleeping Spoink. Spring Rider is asleep and Beetlebee's carrying them while Beetlebum has snuck forward with Jigglypuff and is trying to lure you to sleep.
Diane, I've had this happen before. Assume the position. That means just go back to back. That's what I do with Luca. Wow.
You said go to bed? Okay.
Is anyone else seeing sheep? There's like so many. Let's count them.
1.
As you guys are drifting off, you are currently essentially asleep as you are fading in and out of consciousness, and you see the Chocolate Factory twins coming up and sneaking up on y'all. As y'all are essentially asleep for a round, go ahead and roll d20s for me. Just a flat d20.
Oh, nat 20.
So, Pearl, you start getting very sleepy and very tired, and you actually fully fall asleep.
I feel fine.
Pearl!
But Dianne, alerted and aware of the dangers of the forest, with your natural 20, you snap back to full consciousness as you see that there is, in fact, funny business going on.
Oh, Diane, go, go!
What are you going to do as the Chocolate Factory twins are like, oh no, you're supposed to fall asleep?
All right. Mud bomb. Blind him.
I like it.
This is what you get. You mess with the marsh type, you get the mud. Roll to
Mud.
hit.
18.
18 definitely hits.
Yes.
1, 2, plus 5. So 8.
Okay, so 8 points of damage as both whichever twin I said was holding the Jigglypuff and the Jigglypuff both just get shot with this mud. He was holding him, so it works. It's fine. So do they have to make a con save? You said something about blinding them.
Yes, on a hit, the target must make a con save against your move DC. On a failure, the target has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
All right.
That's a good choice. They'll get all tripped up by the stumps and the trees and the twigs.
That was a 14, which will save, I believe.
15 does not
Oh,
save.
dang.
Yeah.
With that, okay, so the mud just splashes right into the eyes of Beetlebee and the Jigglypuff, who's like, Jiggly! They're both very distraught as they're having to wipe the mud out of their eyes. Let's go ahead and roll initiative really quick, because now it's a fight.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. It was a great choice.
15.
15. 14 again.
Wow.
So it is your turn. You can see the Jigglypuff has hopped out of Beetlebee's arms, and Beetlebum is releasing Emolga. This electric flying squirrel is flying up around in the air. Pearl, you go ahead and roll initiative too.
Well, yes, I am a natural blue. 8.
So with that, Dianne, you are up first in our official initiative order.
Perfect. Let's ruin their lives, Pearl.
Yes, I would like an extra scoop.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Let's do water gun on Jigglypuff.
Go for it.
16.
16 will hit the Jigglypuff.
Oh,
Sick.
11.
11 points of damage.
Ooh. Dianne just fist pumps into the air and says,
Yes! Go Marsh Stomp!
As the lifeless eyes just look directly at the Jigglypuff, opens the mouth and just
just vomits out water.
yes.
Much like Sarah at a Subway one year.
You're going to want to clean that up.
I want to sanitize this area.
All right. With
Sorry to someone in Atlanta.
Gosh. That poor Subway employee who never even realized what happened.
Rest
Sarah
in peace.
threw up in a Subway, guys.
No,
Long story
why would
short.
you give all the info?
Rip.
Beetlebee cries out to Jigglypuff, "Oh, use your disarming voice." And so Jigglypuff just lets out this screech almost, this charming cry that deals emotional damage to any opponent in range.
Oh, sheesh. That's real.
Right. So that is automatic damage 2d4 plus 4. That's 9 points of fairy damage to Marsh Top.
Oh.
It's then Beetle Bum's turn, who says, "Oh no, I remember this one. We can't use the Thundershock. Use a tackle, I guess. It's not like Emolga has a bunch of options." And that's a 16.
AC of 14, so that hits.
Okay, got off easy. That's only 4 points of damage.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's okay, Marshtomp. Just keep hanging in there. We can win it. I love you. Good girl.
Pearl, it's your turn. Go ahead and roll to see if you wake up.
18.
18, you're up.
Pearl wakes up ready to karate chop. Hey, no funny business! We were literally in here for like 2 minutes! Come on! You gotta be better than that.
I just imagine that Dianne just like opens one of her many zipper pockets and just pulls out just a handful of trail mix and hands it to Pearl and says,
Here, this is for your energy. You can't fall asleep again.
Thanks, yeah, I was also hangry too. Can
Are you Cookie Monster?
Yep. Yep. Apparently that's how Pearl eats now, guys. Canon.
Retroactively, every time she's ever eaten up until now, just imagine.
We shall do Icy Wind.
Icy Wind, roll to hit.
Okay.
Is it the Jigglypuff that you're going for?
Yep. 17.
17 hits. Score! Boo 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 boo. Boom, boom, boom.
5 points of damage.
5 points. Got it.
Ever heard of Mr. Sandman? Well, this is Mrs. Ice Woman.
Solid comeback, Pearl.
Thanks. I think I might write a book.
Can you sign a copy for me?
Yeah, with my blood, sweat, and tears.
Hardcore.
It's then Spring Rider's turn. Let's just see.
I hate and I love that name.
Spring Rider does not wake up, so is still unaware of the funny business, but Merry-Go-Round is like, Spinda!
I love her.
I do too. I love that Jonah can't not move when doing that voice.
It's true. If I'm gonna do a Spinda voice, I have to be completely unstable. But that'll take us back to the top of initiative. Dianne, what do you want to do?
I want to attack ruthlessly.
Do it.
17 to hit. And I want to hit the Jigglypuff because I do not want any more funny business.
Great.
I'm gonna use Water Gun again.
Water gun, go for it.
4.
4 plus. What was that?
4.
Oh,
4 points of damage.
all right, 4 points. As the Jigglypuff's kind of rolling around, and it's hard to actually, get a good hit on it. And it shrugs off most of the water gun. But that is your turn. It's then Jigglypuff's turn once more.
I remember when I first was introduced to Jigglypuff and I heard the song for the first time as a human being, and I was like, what nightmare is
I know. I hate it. I thought we were
Okay, wait, no, stop. Okay, listeners, if you thought the first was Megan, answer now on our Twitter poll. If you thought the first was Jonah, answer now. We're receiving your live tweets right now. Your answer will be found at the end of the episode.
Beetlebee says, Jigglypuff, pound! It's only a 5 to hit.
Just jump out of the way, Marshtomp.
Marshtop coolly steps out of the way, still looking directly ahead. It's then Beetle Bum's turn. He says, well, you know what, Imoga, go for the seal. Do the Thunderwave.
How dare you?
Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
Dang. All right, so the Imoga misses. Your turn.
Insert evil cackling here.
You can jiggle us, but you can't puff us.
That's right. Get him, Pearl.
Headbutt.
What does that even mean?
Don't think about it.
It doesn't. Oh.
And while we
It
struggle,
doesn't translate well.
and while we struggle to answer it, I rolled a nat 1, so I do win.
Oh, no. Sealy ducks out of the way of the thunder wave, but then just bonks directly into the tree. And a
then
small berry falls and bonks her in the head.
And then she gets the little birds on top of her head floating, right?
Yeah, there's little Pidgeys flying around her head.
Yeah.
It's then Spring Rider's turn, who is beginning to come awake with a
Spike? Spike? Good. That's right. Yeah, wake up.
They help us!
There's a lot of funny business happening.
I have to win this!
Seely has a concussion. I have to win this. From the deep guttural soul.
It's currently your turn, Diane. What do you want to do?
I wonder if I have can I have a flare gun? I have a flare gun.
Yes, you do.
I think it makes sense that you have a flare gun. There is, however, the fact that there is a vine roof over the canopy.
Can I use any perception to see if there is a hole big enough for a flare to go through?
Sure. Give me a perception.
16.
16.
Ooh, nice.
There is a gap in the canopy above that you believe would be large enough that perhaps if you rolled well on a dexterity check, you could make it through with your flare gun.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm
right.
gonna roll. Oh gosh, let's do it, please.
Come on, Diane.
Do this
I
for
like the
me.
risky choices.
11 plus 3.
14?
Yeah.
14 will do it.
Oh.
It's just a hole in a bunch of vines. You raise up the flare gun and shoot it upwards, and the flare goes directly through. You see for 1 second, it looks like a pair of eyes pops up in the vines again, what? And then goes away again.
Pearl doesn't really realize or register that it's a flare gun. She goes, "Oh yeah, let's get crazy up in here!" And she starts getting ready. She just starts pulling all of the random stuff out of her cartoon pockets, anvils, lasso. Yeah, you asked for it, Bucky.
While Diana's all business, and she's like,
This has gone on long enough. You guys are being bullies and you're breaking the rules.
I shoot the flare gun.
Help!
Help! And Pearl has a Indiana Jones bullwhip. Whapa! You're right, too long. Get in line.
New Dave, please hear my call.
So that's your turn. Then on Beetlebee and Beetlebum's turns, they're like, "Oh no, the spark is a fake. We got to go. We got to get out of here. We got to get to trouble. This didn't work like I thought it would." And they start running away very clumsily. So that didn't work.
Can Pearl get Seely to make the path icy before them so that they fall?
You and I have the same brain.
Yes!
So you tell Seely to just use what, like an icy wind?
Seely, don't let him get away. I'm not finished yet. Bullwhip. Indiana Jones style, one more time. And yeah, Seely just sees where they're headed and ices over the ground.
As she releases this icy wind, Beetlebee and Beetlebum are gonna make dexterity saves. They're not great at those. Beetlebee's able to slide across a little bit, but Beetlebum falls right on his butt and has to struggle to get back up, but it's still oh no. And the spunk's recognizing the funny business that has occurred. They clumsily finally get off of the ice and make their way out of sight in the woods. Cheaters.
Dave, what the heck?
He didn't come.
That's weird. Can I make an insight check about that?
An insight check into
Why Dave didn't come?
True crime.
Yeah, right?
Sure, make an insight check, sure.
14.
14? It's really hard to get insight on somebody who isn't there with you, but you look over at Merry-Go-Round who's spin, and just gives the whole thumbs up to you.
Oh, I guess we did the right thing, huh? Good job with the flare gun. That was cool. And Pearl starts packing up all of her imaginary cartoon stuff behind her pocket.
It's there for emergencies, and I knew it would scare them off.
Huh. I should probably get some more useful stuff from her, because the anvil, man, that is heavy. It does get me, but, I do love to have some good calf muscles at the end of the day.
I'm proud of your initiative.
How dare those guys sneaking up on us? What even? Let's just focus on finding our Pokemon, I don't want to sabotage.
Absolutely, I agree. I have to play by the rules.
And then Dianne just belly flops on the ground and starts crawling. And smelling the ground.
Come on, Seely. And Pearl does that classic lump bandage, when a cartoon character gets the lump on their head and they have to wrap it with a little bow. And then we put the beret on top of that.
Great.
Yep.
You do. So she's just got the little tie on the bottom, but then done. How would you like to proceed as all is quiet once more?
Hey, Dianne.
Yeah.
Know that I love your methods.
Okay.
What if we put a little honey out here, too?
Ooh, That's a great idea. I ran out the other day.
Great! And I start to pour honey over our heads.
Good.
This is how I used it before, and I got the coolest Poliwhirl ever.
Pearl, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why? It tastes so good.
You shouldn't eat that.
What?
That's for Pokemon.
It's very tasty. It says on the label, for people too. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It does taste vitamin-y, though.
It's just straight up Combi honey.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the item in Pokemon, and I'm like, ooh.
It is, but it's also just straight up Combi
Okay,
honey.
dig that,
It's just
dig
good
that,
for
dig-
everyone.
Love it.
It tastes very, like, raw. Like, I bet it has, like, a lot of those minerals and vitamins in it. But yeah, this is how I caught my Poliwhirl.
100% raw, pure, organic. Hashtag shop local.
Yep. But let's keep going. And she starts to crawl. I'm going to crawl with you.
I love it. Yay! Dianne and Pearl are just like getting like grass stuck to their honey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You guys are getting so gross right now.
Like a true scout.
I love it. Dianne just like whispers to Marshtomp,
Can you, like, rinse me off later?
and Marshtomp is like,
Marshtomp looks through you and says, Marshtomp, with a nod.
Love you, girl.
She puts her large paw on top of your head.
it's very telekinetic.
True. Marshtomp knows all. Okay. So this
Okay.
honey.
So.
yeah. Dianne was like,
You had to pour it on us.
From previous experience.
Not supposed to do that, Pearl.
What? Am I just supposed to, like, open it and leave it?
No, you can pour it wherever you want,
Like
just
my
not on
body.
us. No, not on us.
What about a fingernail?
No.
What if I put it up my nose?
Oh,
Oh, I did it. I can't get my finger's out.
this is exactly what I didn't want.
Hello?
No.
Sarah, please roll a d4.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. I never had to pay the penalty with Becker's, but I guess Pearl loves to learn the hard way. Glad I'm not alone with this. It's a 3.
A 3.
Come with me, and you'll be in a pokey place you've never seen before. Here to catch them all, and to be a ranger too. Do not be afraid, you love honey. Let it just come to you, please. Follow my voice and sweet scent. You'll be so happy with me and Dianne.
Dianne just like slaps her hand over Pearl's mouth.
Yes!
You slap your hand over Pearl's mouth as the footsteps have come to a stop. You both very slowly look up as you feel some very intense heat against your backs.
No.
You look up, and above you, you see a very heavy-set Pokemon with flames erupting from its head and shoulders and tail. And it has 2 what look like could be cannons almost for arms.
Oh, hi.
As there is a Magmortar standing directly above you.
Wait, that's not the one!
Magmortar! Roll initiative.
Sorry, we're not here. Wrong number!
11.
18.
Magmortar got a 10, so 18, 11, then the 10. Pearl, what you gonna do?
Hi, I think we have the wrong number. So sorry. Can you just ask for a friend to come over instead? Seely, tell them that. So we'll just be going now. Bye!
Bye.
And Pearl just backs away.
You're trying to run, and the Magmortar's like reaching towards you, looking at the honey on top of your heads. Dianne, your turn.
Dianne switches to garbage and whispers something in her ear.
Great. So that's your action as you guys are just kind of backing up. Magmortar's gonna try to grab both of you.
Oh, no.
Don't.
Wow. That was only a 7 and an 8.
Oh, thank you.
As it's licking its lips and these large cannon hands you see like are glowing and the flames are getting brighter around the tops of its head and shoulders. Magmortar!
Oh, Sealy! And I want to do water sport on me and Dianne just to get the honey off of us.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Great.
You can just do that. With
Great.
water sport, it just happens. So
Great.
Sealy starts, and this fountain of water springs forth, and some of the honey and also just mud and ick is washing off of you, but there's still some honey on you, and Magmortar does not seem to be deterred yet. Dianne, your turn.
Garbage. Use smoke screen.
So you use smoke screen, and the Magmortar's gonna have to make a con save. That's only a 9. Describe your excellent getaway.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Garbage uses smokescreen, and Dianne just grabs Pearl's hand, and they book it.
Yes.
And as they are running past both of their Pokemon, Sealy and Garbage, we both just scoop them up in the arms that we're not holding each other with.
Yes.
And we just run.
Now you see us? Now you don't.
You absolutely do that as the smoke screen springs forth from where, skunks release the stank from. As this just black, disgusting smelling screen just whoosh in the area around the Magmortar as it's like, and it's stumbling around, and you can see it's fumbling around and knocking over trees. You can see bouts of flames shooting out from the smoke screen in all
wow.
directions. But you all make your getaway.
What the heck? That didn't give us the right Pokemon at all.
I love your initiative, Pearl, but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sorry. Here, do you want... Here, maybe I should just take my last honey. I don't think I trust myself with it anymore.
I think now that you know
No.
what... Okay.
And Dianne just takes it.
Do you see all the other stuff I have in my pockets? I'm pretty dangerous on it.
I understand, and I love your responsibility.
And then Dianne just picks up Garbage and is like,
You did so good, little baby.
and then kisses her straight on the mouth.
Pearl loved every second of that, and she turns and looks at Sealy, and Sealy just goes, or, and starts walking away. Oh, but come on! All right. I know. One day. That was amazing. I loved that move. You guys are so good. Okay, what next? What should we do now?
Okay, we're gonna do it my way.
You got it. And she starts slathering mud on her face.
Perfect.
Sealy, come here. It's just mud. I won't kiss you.
Is it
darker
in here than it normally is?
Yeah, it's a little dark. It's getting darker for sure.
Okay. Garbage has night vision.
Awesome.
Can I use Garbage to lead the way? I would like to imagine that Dianne has trained Garbage to a point where she recognizes specific prints and stuff like that. And I want Garbage to lead us to our Pokemon.
Nice. Now, remind me, is Garbage proficient in survival?
Yes.
Great. So essentially, I will let you roll survival with advantage for this next one.
Sick.
Yeah. Way to go, Garbo.
18 without my expertise.
So 18 plus a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I think that with that, as it starts to get darker, as you guys obviously have been doing the events for most of the day at this point, it's getting later.
Hippie bear?
Hippie bear.
Hippie bear.
It's
Smoky?
no. It's
The little
Spingula.
swirly.
Oh, God. I was like, what?
Pearl's gonna give it a different name each time, guys.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, hippie bear, did we lose ya?
Spin.
Okay. Sorry, it's just getting darker.
And you all follow behind Garbage. Hello, friends. Jonah here to say thank you for listening to Postcards from Pearl. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our amazing partner, Dice Envy. Are you playing a lot of D&D and other RPGs with your friends online during this whole quarantine thing? We are. And just because you're playing online does not mean that you should roll dice on your computer or a phone app. Gross. Get your hands on some real dice. You can get 10% off of your purchase at Dice Envy by going to diceenvy.com/questco or by using promo code QuestCo at checkout. That's QUESTCO for 10% off of your entire order. If you're a fan of what we do here on Quest Company Jr. and you want to give us a boost, please go to our page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It is a huge help to us and we read every review that comes in. And if you really love what we do here at Quest Company Jr. and you want to take the next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us with necessary expenses, help us continue to improve the quality of the show, and get access to exclusive content and patron rewards. If you'd like to give us that support, you could do so at patreon.com/questcompanypodcast. You can find the link to the Patreon on our website, questcompanyjr.com. If you'd like to contact us, you could do so directly through our website or by finding us on Instagram and Twitter at QuestCoJr. You can also hang out with us in our QuestCo Discord. The link to that is on our website and Twitter. We know that word of mouth is the best way to get people listening to a new podcast. So please, if you're enjoying the show, let other people know. If we see you tweeting about us or posting fan art using hashtag QuestCoJr or hashtag Postcards from Pearl, you might get a character named after you on the show. And if you have fan art of the podcast that you want to share, just make sure when you post it to tag us so that we can see it. Quest Company Jr. is a proud member of Podicon Go, a group of independent podcasts supporting high-quality content that's fun for the whole family. This week, we want to highlight Professor Theo's Mystery Lab. The town of Splendid, West Virginia has a higher-than-average number of kid superheroes, giant bugs, time-traveling teens, and much more bizarre activity. And Professor Theo's Mystery Lab on the campus of Splendid University is somehow at the heart of it all. You can find out more about Professor Theo's Mystery Lab by checking him out on Twitter at Theo_mystery. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the fabulous artists whose music is featured in this episode. Thank you to FoolBoyMedia for the songs Video Game Land and Dramatic Scroller. Thank you to Sirkoto51 for Anime Fight Music Loop. Thanks to Jeremy Korpas for the song Germ Warfare. Thank you to JakeSnake17 and SourceX for the song Conundrum. Thank you to GlitchxCity for the songs Johto Gym Leader Remix versions 1 and 2. Thank you to Rozovian and WillRock for the song Blue Haze. And thank you to tabletopaudio.com for providing the ambient sounds. That's all for me, so let's get back to the action in the Junior Ranger competition. Thank you for joining us here on Quest Company Jr.
Wash your hands!
Before too long, with this very, very high survival check, you do hear some and the sounds of trees and vines being knocked over.
Diane, is this the right one?
I think this is it. Good girl, Garbage.
And I give her another big ol' smooch on the mouth.
It
Cool.
makes me think of the Looney Tunes a little bit with...
Or like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, with Pepe Le Pew, though, too. And, like, it's so cute. Cool.
Just anytime you just lay a big one on them. Like half of the face is just covered in like lip mark.
Yes. That's my girl.
How would you all like to proceed? You hear the sounds of what you are pretty sure is the Aggron ahead of you.
I mean, I think we should try to sneak up on it.
Ooh, yes, I agree. Is there something we could climb, like a couple vines?
There are so many things to climb.
Aerial attack. Where are my silks?
I would like to keep Garbage out and have her climb up these vines.
I would also like to switch to Fanta.
Cool beans. Garbage and Fanta are now out as you all climb up into the vines. I think that it's very purposefully, like, there are a lot of handholds and stuff because it's supposed to be very, like, climbable, explorable, weird terrain. So I think that you guys can climb up. I don't think that that's really an issue, especially because you're not trying to do it very quickly or anything. But are you trying to sneak up on the Aggron? Go ahead and give me stealth rolls.
For
15.
So how would you all like to approach with your sneak as you hear the sounds of the Aggron in front of you, and however you make your way forward, as you go, you do see where there are just trees and things knocked down, and you see this large, looks like a Mecha Godzilla, this big armored plated beast is wreaking total destruction in this, in the inside of Jungle Gym. What do you want to do?
My first inclination is try to make like fake bird sounds to lure it underneath our trees.
Dianne just looks over at Pearl.
Cuckoo!
And it's like,
Ka-ka! Chick-chick-cha! Chicky! Chicky! It's like in Arrested Development for those who like that show when the family tries to make chicken sounds. Kika! Kika! That's it, right, Dianne?
Nope.
Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
As you, Pearl, are making those sounds, and Dianne says, nope. There's a moment of silence as you all are curious at that for a moment, and you look back down at the Aggron, and it has ding! A bit of light glints off of its helmet as it's looking directly at you. It exhales a big nasty breath and starts charging your tree.
Oh no!
What are you gonna do, friend?
smoke screen, smoke screen, smoke screen, do it, garbage, smoke screen now.
18.
Ooh.
The Aggron starts chasing after you all. You've got its attention. What do you want to do now?
Flamethrower right in the face.
Does Garbage stay in the tree or hop down?
Nope. Garbage will quickly climb down, and she will stay on the ground. She's going to try to keep Aggron away from us.
Cool.
So she's going to use Flamethrower.
Do it. So Flamethrower is a save or you rolled a hit?
It is a dex save.
Cool. All right. We'll see how an Aggron does with a dex save. Oh my. That was just a flat 19.
No!
Is it half on a save or is it none on a save?
11 cut in half.
11 halved?
Let's round it up.
So the Aggron takes 6 points of fire damage as Garbage unleashes this flamethrower in the same exact manner as the smoke screen, just turns around and lets it rip.
I love that.
The Aggron continues to charge forward.
Oh, wow, this thing looks amazing with all the smoke, am I right? Does anybody see it? Wait, why am I seeing it so well? I'm so up high! Ah!
And with that, let's have a chase. I need you guys to both make athletics checks.
Okay. Wait, and I'm still up in the tree though, right?
Yep, you gotta get away because the Aggron is charging and that's just what's happening right now. You can certainly do whatever you can on the way, but it's probably in your best interest to run.
Okay, and how much do we add?
Athletics. If either of your Pokemon is proficient in athletics, you can get advantage.
Oh, I
like
think
if
I
either of
actually
you are
might be.
active ones.
I actually am. Oh my god! Fanta. Oh my god, 17. I'm really glad you mentioned that.
I got a 5.
Oh god.
All right, so with that, the Aggron, you are on the ground, Dianne, but you are distracted for a moment as it just charging at Garbage. So you actually run forward to get Garbage and you guys start booking it. So you're a little bit closer to the Aggron as it's really gaining ground on you. Pearl, you and Fauna have hopped out of the tree and you are just booking it.
Can I get another option?
Please.
And it's okay if you as a DM say no.
It's all right. What do you want to do?
Can I say that Dianne is struggling? And I say, Fanta, it's time. Hoo-wah! And I want Fanta to double kick ninja style Aggron in the face to stop the charge.
Nice.
To jump off from the tree and just go pow 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 like a true ninja.
Nice. So basically how I'll run this is you guys can run if you want, and then like it'll just be you guys are all sort of moving and you can do attacks and stuff to try to slow it down or distract it or what have you. But go ahead and roll a hit with double kick.
16.
16 misses. Roll the second one.
Oh,
Okay, that should not miss. That is a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. Whew. Oh, wow. That's a stellar move. 14.
14 doubled, so 28 points of damage.
Woo! Mighty kick.
As the first kick, it actually is able to block with one armored hand, but then the second one, boom, comes down and hits it right in the torso for a big, hefty hit.
Run, Dianne!
Ah! And I was hoping that would buy Dianne just a little more time to run.
It did.
Okay, great.
You guys have got a decent little amount of distance between you and it, as it's essentially you, Pearl, and Dianne sort of at the front, your Pokemon following pretty close behind and shooting off attacks or what have you to try to stop the Aggron, and then the Aggron behind them. So if you guys want to try to find a way out of Jungle Gym, now is probably the time.
Right, okay, that's what I wanted to ask. So our goal is just to get this thing out of here
Correct.
and not in a Pokeball.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter if this is the state we get it out of. Okay, thank you. I just needed that
can
clarified.
Dianne and Pearl hear me out? Would we be able to burn our way out since we have Fanta and Garbage? Would it hurt the Pokemon that we are inside of right now?
Good question. I think that it is safe to assume, since these Pokemon have been unleashed to wreak havoc inside of Jungle Gym's body, that you could probably do that.
Great. Dianne just looks over at Pearl while they're running. Pearl,
Yeah?
hear me out.
Yeah?
Hear me out,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
I think we should burn our way out.
Pyromaniac style, baby.
I love it. Our goal is just to get this Pokemon out. That's all we have to do, and I have to win.
Follow us, big shelly guy! Blah, 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 blah. Fire!
Aggron! And it is sprinting after you all as you run ahead. So as you guys look around, if you're just running straight ahead or running toward the nearest wall, you're probably about 2 turns away movement-wise. So if you can hold on until then, if you can hold it off that long, then you should be able to get to a wall. And then from there, we'll see what happens.
Dianne, do you want to channel fire while I keep kicking it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Also, Gummy Bear, where you at?
And she just starts yelling for...
Spin! It's just like pirouetting next to you.
Oh, I love her.
Okay, come on, you're stressing me out.
And I put Gummy Bear in my backpack, in my squid backpack.
In your artillery backpack.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. It's then the Aggron's turn.
Oh, God.
What's this big nasty boy gonna do?
Hate that. Hate to see it.
You
to
know,
see
you
it.
hate to see it. I need for both Fanta and Garbage to make dex saves.
Oh, no.
DC is 18.
Unnatural 20.
Oh,
17.
17. Oh,
I was so close.
dang.
It's okay. Fanta was the one that kicked it. It's fair.
Even with your like +9.
I literally have plus 12. I rolled
my
I rolled
gosh.
a 5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No.
Well, sorry to do this to you, Fanta.
It's okay.
You guys got lucky.
Yes.
It rolled 2 2s, so that's only 13 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Halved for you, Garbage. And with that, as these rocks just burst out of the ground and barrel forth and hit both Garbage and Fanta, Fanta falls prone as Garbage is still up on her feet. What are you gonna do? Y'all's turn.
How far away are we from the wall?
You've still got probably another turn between you and it, like to be able to get in range to hit it with fire and such.
Who's going first?
Roll between the two of you real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
Since we're doing the whole chase thing, I forgot to do actual initiative. But yeah.
14.
17.
Ah,
Okay, so Pearl, you're up first as Fanta is currently prone and the Aggron is getting closer and closer.
Fanta will definitely pick itself up,
Okay,
and we're just gonna try to double kick again.
great. Go for it.
Okay, the first one was 17.
17 just misses.
Dang it. 19.
19 hits.
16.
16 points of damage?
Yes.
Doubled to 32. As once again, this Aggron's defenses are strong, but Fanta is a nasty, nasty kick boy. And again, these big clawed feet having much more range than they used to before he evolved. Just whip around and doom, make solid contact with the Aggron once more. And it sort of is actually scooted back a little bit as it digs into the ground.
I like to imagine that Fanta waited until it was uncomfortable, missed the first one, and then kicked underneath its leg, like in the spot where it wouldn't have seen it.
Absolutely. As Fanta is much like this Aggron, built to be right up in the mix. And as the three of you are going ahead more, Fanta is just staying there and duking it out.
That's right, Fanta! Dare to be brave! I love you!
Dianne, your turn.
I think we're gonna try flamethrower again.
Cool. So another dex save from Aggron. Ooh, that's only a 4.
19 points of damage.
19. Solid. As the first flamethrower kind of sputtered out a little bit, this one directly from the rear end of the skunk tank, while the Aggron is distracted by Fanta, makes direct contact for 19 points of damage. Very nice.
So if he fails the save by more than 5, he gets burned. Did he get burned?
He did because he only rolled a 4, so that was definitely by more than 5.
What a beautiful evil laugh.
Thank you.
That made Ursula proud somewhere in the depths of the sea.
The Aggron is definitely hurting between these hits from Fanta and now this flamethrower. It's having a hard time. It is then the Aggron's turn.
Get burned, get wrecked.
Fanta, don't get lit though!
Since Fanta is the closest and locked in melee combat with the Aggron, it's going to lower its head and try to take down Fanta. 28 to hit.
Yeah, I guess that does it.
That's 28 points of damage to Fanta.
But it gets burned, right?
It does take damage from the burn.
That's for you, Fanta.
As Fanta braces himself but still gets knocked back a solid ways by the Aggron as it sells out on the hit so much that it actually damages itself some in its attack. You all are still running toward the wall. Y'all's turns.
Fanta, get out of there! Fly, you chicken, fly! And Fanta is gonna hopefully run far enough to be able to throw fire on the forest labyrinth.
So are you trying to get Fanta to flame charge into the wall?
Yeah.
Cool. Fanta will provoke one attack of opportunity from the Aggron on the way out,
Oh, my beautiful chick!
but he can get there.
Okay,
Do you want to risk it for the biscuit?
I will.
Okay.
You gotta live. I like to imagine a laser focus. Like,
Oh,
Pearl
yeah.
has just locked eyes with Fanta.
That is a 14.
That's my AC.
AC is 14.
Oh no! Please roll low, or else Fanta's gonna faint. Pearl just is, hoarse whispering with Fanta right now. You gotta get out of there, bud. You gotta. I kept you in there too long. Get out! We're breaking free! Wow, how many dice, unearthly amount of dice that was. Oh my gosh. It had a waterfall sound effect in reality. No.
Does Fanta resist steel type moves?
Yes.
So that 24 is going to be halved to 12.
Oh my God, we're still standing. Fanta just looks and is like, Mom?
Fanta sees the Aggron lowering its head once more and just starts booking it away, but the Aggron is able to make contact one last time, and the Iron Head attack hits Fanta in the back, and Fanta rolls forward and then hops back off on his feet and keeps charging at the wall as he becomes engulfed in flames and flame charges toward the wall. Simultaneously, go for a flamethrower with Skun Tank if that's what you want to do for the wall.
Yes.
Oh, that was so cool. 1, 2, 3, roll.
I assume the wall doesn't need to make a dex save and I can just roll to hit, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, just roll your damage.
17.
17,
18.
18.
Yeah, Fanta is disgusting.
Dianne and Pearl just give each other the most epic high five ever.
And I like to imagine they also lock fingers.
Yes.
Like they don't let go for a
Absolutely.
solid second while this flame is just spurting underneath. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fanta charges wildly into this wall. Also, both of those attacks, the damage is double because it's fire and it's a big vine wall. So Hey guys, it's a lot more than you needed to bust through the wall.
We wanted to be safe.
As Fanta bursts out and Garbage follows out after, and Pearl and Dianne also run out the Aggron following behind you.
Yes! Come on, you big steely beauty!
You run out into the familiar forested area where you were before, and you see David Parker Park Ranger just with his arms folded, nodding in approval as you burst out. As you run out, the Aggron is charging after you, and as soon as it leaves the walls of Jungle Jim's body, you see these vines reach out and like grab it and like restrain it once more as it Nice work, buddy. Way to give a good chase. And the Aggron chills out, as it is obviously, how could it not be, a friend of David Parker Park Ranger.
Whoa!
You did good.
I think I get the thrill of the chase. That was amazing! And I throw Font up in the air.
This is the call of the wild, and we have answered it.
We are the scouts, and hear us roar!
Oh, man.
Can Dianne just like run up to David Parker Park Ranger and just like hug him?
He's
Yes.
like, oh, okay, all right. Thank you, Dianne.
I
he's,
love you!
Like, gonna
Just hug
scrapes
back,
you off
man.
of him.
Just hug back.
He like gives you a little tap. He's like, okay, all right, yeah, cool.
I'll
Great.
take it. Earl wants to do a persuasion.
Do a persuasion.
Yeah, that's a hug back, man.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Let yourself be touched by emotions for once in your life.
Thank you for being my advocate.
Are you kidding me, dude?
14.
14. He doesn't scrape you off immediately. He's like, okay, yep, yeah, you've done good. Good job. Good job.
I like to imagine that like Pro got so feisty about it too that she like goes behind him and like also like helps guide the motion.
There you go. That's a hug. That's it.
You're a good kid. You're a good kid.
Dianne just lets go after that. She got what she wanted.
She got the hug.
She got the hug.
See, it's just that. David.
I'm just trying to be impartial. Come with me.
Oh, okay.
And he guides you around to the actual exit from Jungle Gym.
So did we win?
As you round the corner, you see waiting in front of the exit Luca and Shane just sitting on top of a Snorlax who's munching on some berries. And Luca says, oh, hey, guys. Good thing we went hunting for those berries last night. Yeah, that actually wasn't too bad. That went better than I thought it would. And as you see them and they call out to you, you actually hear screaming from the woods as sprinting Bri and Luna, the Hot Topic duo, are singed and have Magmortar following them. And they run out, and once again, the vines wrap around them from Jungle Gym, and Magmortar chills out. And very soon after that, you hear the sounds of like grunting and why was this so hard? And you see that Beetlebee and Beetlebum are like trying really hard to drag this sleeping Nidoking to the exit from Jungle Gym as they're just like poked all over the place with purple spikes. They look like they had a really rough time of it. And David Parker Park Ranger looks at all of you and says, well, all right, barring some funny business I heard about.
Spree! Thanks, Gummy Bear.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Pearl
And he-
just starts to slowly sink back though. She gets a little nervous.
My stomach doesn't feel so good, Dianne.
Dianne just vomits.
Barring the funny business I heard about, seems like everyone did good rangerly work. Now, that brings us down to 2 teams.
I can't breathe. Okay, wait, no, I will. I have a lot of life to live.
As in first place from this event, we have Luca and Shane.
Pearl just like violently yells out.
Dianne vomits again.
And in second place from this event, Pearl and Dianne.
Whoa.
Beetlebee, Beetlebum, Bri, Luna.
Get out of here.
You are cut from the competition. Beetlebee and Beetlebum, you're cut disgracefully. Bri and Luna, you're just cut, but it's okay. But you two, disgracefully. Oh, he deserves that, I guess.
They cheated. That's the only reason why we weren't in first.
I heard.
Yeah. I took a cat nap and I didn't want to.
Now that it's down to just 2 remaining teams,
God, this is intense.
there's only one way to decide the winners of the Junior Ranger competition.
Which Pokemon loves us more? Got it. Done. My cuddle bunch is here.
Nope, it's a battle.
Ah!
And that's where I'm gonna end this episode.
Oh, wow.
I know, I'm excited to see what you guys do for this last chunk of this challenge.
Me too.
Junior Ranger Challenge.
The Junior Ranger Challenge. The Junior Ranger Challenge. Junior Ranger Challenge. I'm a junior, you're a ranger. Let's get Junior Challenge together. That was funny. Junior Ranger Challenge. I'm a junior, you're a ranger. Let's get challenged together.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible.
Just
Pokemon.
Hey, Daniel here from the Happy Go Lucky Podcast. The show you've just been listening to is part of the new and upcoming Podicon Go podcasting network. What is Podicon Go, you ask? We're a group of independent creators that are committed to creating, distributing, and supporting content that is clean, fun, and appropriate for all ages. Thank you for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe and show your love for this show with a 5-star review. Every time you do, you're helping to support family-friendly content for everyone to enjoy.
Thank you for listening to Postcards from Poa and Chris Camping Jr.